on Arsenal, because in the next 24 hours the release clause of Eberechi Eze will expire. So basically Arsenal from today on can't go pay the clause and get the player. It will take a negotiation with Crystal Palace. According to my sources, this negotiation club to club has not started yet. In the last 3 days someone said the negotiation started. I'm told that the negotiation club to club has not started yet. But sources at Crystal Palace expect Arsenal to arrive for Eberechi Eze. Why? Because Arsenal have been in contact for months now with the agents of Eze, because Eze is very appreciated by Arsenal, because Arsenal still want to add the player if they will have the opportunity to, and Eze is their favorite because they spoke to the player several times and the player is also very keen on a move. So Palace expect Arsenal to arrive. Let's see when, let's see how this conversation will go, let's see financially what they can do, but now the clause has 24 hours. Then the story is going to be over in the next hours, basically, for Eberechi Eze in terms of the release clause. It's going to be over for the clause, not for Arsenal, because Arsenal remain absolutely interested in the player. The guy is important to
busy window for Arsenal so far, obviously getting the Gyökeres deal over the line. I think a lot of their supporters are rejoicing about that. We reported a while ago now, and we broke that exclusively, about their interest in Eberechi Eze. Tonight at midnight, his release clause expires. Am I right in saying that at the moment there's no obvious sign that Arsenal will trigger that release clause ahead of the deadline?
Yeah, I think it's technically Friday evening, so 11:59 you can trigger it, and midnight heading into Saturday, the release clause expires, because that takes you 2 weeks before the beginning of the Premier League season. I know in this modern age you've got Friday games and so on, but when it was written, I think it was basically to do with the Saturday and the weekend, 2 weeks before the Premier League season. So about 24 hours if somebody wants to trigger it. My expectation is it won't make much difference. The clause is 60 million up front, 8 million in add-ons. Arsenal have already communicated to Crystal Palace that they don't want to trigger it now. They might need an outgoing first before they formalise their interest in Eze. But the expectation is still they'll bid at some point between now and the end of the window, and lower than this soon-to-be expiring release clause. And as a consequence, it will fall on Crystal Palace, because once the clause is gone, they can shut the door, they can demand that the previous active clause is matched, or maybe they can entertain a lower amount. And I think Arsenal are looking at Anthony Elanga, who moved, of course, to Newcastle from Nottingham Forest. And because Eze's only got 2 years left on his deal, they think 55 million might be competitive if Crystal Palace choose to sell. What I think is going to complicate this, though, is if Mark Guéhi goes first, and we know that Liverpool are interested and Palace are more inclined to sell because he's not going to sign a new deal, then again, they may shut the door on Eberechi Eze, because today, Oliver Glasner spoke about how he's quite disappointed with the summer so far. And the only thing that's going to make it worse is if Guéhi leaves, if Eze leaves, because then they're in a position where they're scrambling at the end of the window. So Eze won't be easy for Arsenal, but one thing's for sure, the player is keen on the move.